Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a video regarding getting multi-state licenses as a nurse practitioner. Um, my name is Chris. I'm a licensed nurse practitioner in the state of Florida, and over the past few months, past year, I've been able to get multiple state licenses and kind of work through figuring it all out. What's the easiest way to go about it? How expensive is it? Because it does get expensive. And what's kind of the best way to start getting it. So I'll jump right into it. In Florida, we have a multi-state RN compact license, which makes this whole process much easier. And you'd have to check whatever state you're going to get licensed in originally, where your primary residence is, if you guys have the multi-state compact. If you have the multi-state compact for your RN, it makes it a lot easier for you to get licensed as an NP in additional states. Just because many states acknowledge the compact license for RN, and in that case, some states will allow you just to apply for your NP license, rather through an endorsement or just the NP application. So you not only cut down on cost because you're not applying for an RN and then an NP, you also cut down on time. It saves you a lot of time. So in Florida, the way that it's done in Florida, since I did upgrade my regular Florida RN to the multi-state RN compact license, I was then able to go ahead and start applying for other state licenses. Right now, I have Maine, Maryland, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Florida. And so out of all of those 6 licenses, I'd say the easiest states and the quickest states that I've learned to get licensed in so far have been Maine, Maryland, and New Mexico. A little bit more tedious is Georgia, because for Georgia you need, while they do accept and acknowledge the compact license, they do still make you actually register for your RN as well as your NP. So you have to pay 2 separate license fees, register for both your RN and your NP for Georgia, which is a little tedious. You have to go and do fingerprints. You have to go ahead and submit other materials. They want education verification forms. So Georgia and Pennsylvania both very tedious, because Pennsylvania also requires, they're not a compact state, so they require that you get your Florida RN, or your Pennsylvania RN, and then your Pennsylvania NP. So those states took me a few more weeks. On average, I'd say the cheapest state so far has been Maryland. Maryland's application is very straightforward. There's no fingerprints. It was $50 for the paper application. You simply print it out from the website and you go ahead and you fill it out and mail it with the check. Everything was $50, and they responded in about 4 weeks. Maine was also very, very easy. You just have to get fingerprints, and other than that, the application's pretty easy. New Mexico, same thing, no fingerprints, but very easy. They acknowledge the compact license, and then you just have to endorse your NP for them. So what I would say is make sure you have a plan before you start doing this. What is the reason that you're doing this, first of all? Are you targeting specific states to begin with, or are you just wanting to get as many as possible? What I usually say is start thinking about the states that are most in need of telemedicine if you do want to work remotely or work via telemedicine, because this is generally going to be the most populated states. The most populated states being Texas, California, New York, Florida. And so then on top of that, further from the most populated states, you should be looking at the states where you can have independent practice. Because if you have independent practice, the companies that are hiring for telemedicine are going to want, you're just more desirable. They don't need to worry about a collaborative agreement. They don't need to worry about other legal hoops and things to jump through. So while there still will be demand in states that are not independent, if you want to be the most marketable, my advice would be to go ahead and get those independent states that are in demand, and then also go ahead and get the most populated states. So I haven't done that yet. I just kind of started this process just randomly and started looking at what was the cheapest and most affordable, and then I started there. But I actually did get hired with one company. I work for a total of 4 companies now. One of which is in person. The others are all telemedicine companies. And one company most recently that I was hired with is actually paying for my licenses in other states. The only downfall of that is that they want me to only use those licenses for them. So I will say that's a great benefit still, because for example, like if you're going to get licensed in California, I think it's close to $1,000 or over $1,000, and so it just becomes really expensive if you're not going to use that or you're not going to get reimbursed for that. It's a big ask. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this and hope this was full of information. If you have any question, post it in the comments. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing much more of these videos in the future. Thanks.